Once upon a time in a quaint village, there lived a young lad named Jack. He was a kind-hearted and hard-working boy, but his family was struggling to make ends meet. They owned a small plot of land, but the soil had grown barren, and their crops failed to yield enough to sustain them. One fateful day, Jack's mother asked him to take their only cow, Daisy, to the market to sell her. The hope was that they could get a fair price and use the money to buy some much-needed food and supplies. Jack, with a heavy heart, set off with Daisy by his side. On the way to the market, Jack encountered an eccentric old man, dressed in tattered robes and leaning on a crooked staff. The man had a twinkle in his eye and introduced himself as Mr. Pritchard. Sensing Jack's troubles, he offered a peculiar trade. "I have something extraordinary to offer, young lad," Mr. Pritchard said. "Instead of selling your cow, how about trading her for these magical beans?" Jack was skeptical, but intrigued. Mr. Pritchard explained that the beans were no ordinary beans. They were enchanted and had the power to grow into a magnificent beanstalk that reached the skies. Curiosity got the better of Jack, and he decided to take the chance. When he arrived home, Jack's mother was furious with his decision. She scolded him for trading their only cow for what she saw as mere beans. In her frustration, she tossed the beans out of the window and sent Jack to bed without dinner. As the moon rose, a magical event occurred. The beans that Jack had thrown outside began to glow, and a massive beanstalk emerged from the ground, stretching higher and higher into the night sky. It was an astonishing sight, and Jack couldn't believe his eyes. Filled with excitement and a sense of wonder, Jack decided to climb the beanstalk the next morning, hoping to discover what lay beyond the clouds. As he ascended, the air grew cooler, and the world below him appeared smaller and smaller. At last, Jack reached the top of the beanstalk and found himself in a breathtaking land above the clouds. A vast castle stood before him, shimmering with gold and silver. Curious, Jack entered the castle and discovered it was the dwelling of a colossal giant who was soundly asleep. Jack's heart raced, but he knew he had to be cautious. He explored the castle and found an abundance of treasures and riches. Determined to help his family, Jack decided to take a few valuables back with him. On his way out, Jack noticed a magical harp, which could play the most enchanting melodies on its own. Mesmerized by its beauty, he couldn't resist taking it as well. Just as Jack was about to descend the beanstalk, the giant awoke with a mighty roar. Realizing that someone had intruded, he pursued Jack down the beanstalk, shaking the heavens with each step. As Jack reached the ground, he quickly grabbed an axe and began chopping down the beanstalk. The giant, enraged, attempted to catch him, but Jack's nimble feet carried him to safety just in time. The massive beanstalk toppled and crashed, leaving the giant stranded in the sky realm. With the treasures and the magical harp, Jack returned home to his astonished mother. Together they used the riches wisely, helping the village prosper and making their lives comfortable. And so Jack's courageous journey up the beanstalk and his encounter with the giant became a legendary tale passed down through generations. He taught the village that sometimes taking a chance and believing in the extraordinary could lead to a world of wonders and blessings. And from that day forward, the tale of Jack and the Beanstalk served as a reminder that even the most improbable dreams could come true with a little bravery and a sprinkle of magic.